guys, I haven't done a sit-down vlog like this in a few months. So as most of you guys know, I recently finished my first year of college at FIDM, and since I did my quarter one reflection and quarter two reflection videos, I wanted to do another one of those after I finished my third quarter. But I actually finished my whole first year because my major is a major that you do 6 quarters total. The first 3 are in the first year and the second 3 are in the second year. Yeah, so basically I'm just trying to say that I finished my third quarter, but I also finished my first year, and I have my break now, as all of you guys know. A lot of you guys tell me that these videos are helpful for you. A lot of you have told me you're even thinking about applying to FIDM, which I think is really, really cool. I'll first reflect on my third quarter a little bit, and then I'll talk about the whole year in general. So really quick, my third quarter was definitely my hardest quarter out of all of these 3. So the classes I took really quick were American Political and Economic History, which was super boring. I did not enjoy it, but that's just because I've never really been a history person. Really, really long, boring lecture class, but you know, I had to take it for my major as a general ed class, and I got through it and I survived. And then I had Consumer Behavior and Research, which was more of another marketing class, and that one was pretty good. I would say I feel like I definitely did learn things about how people buy, and I definitely learned a lot of stuff in that class. Then I had Critical Thinking, which was a very different class than something I've ever taken. It was kind of all an opinion-based class and just kind of based off of what you think. There wasn't really necessarily right answers. It's kind of just a lot of writing and your opinion and what you think is right and things like that. So that was a interesting, different class. And then I had Computer Graphics, which was all about learning Photoshop, and it was a little bit challenging for me. I think I'm just not that good at computer classes, but I did well in the class. I figured it out. My favorite teacher taught that class. He was really, really nice and awesome. And yeah, so I learned how to use Photoshop, which I feel like is a good skill. I'd never known how to use it before. And then my last class I did was Merchandise Math, and I actually took that class online. Me and Emily took it together online, and it wasn't very time consuming. We would just spend one night a week for an hour or 2 doing online quizzes, and then we had a final at the end of it, and it was not that bad. It was pretty good, and I'm pretty sure that's the last math class I have to take, at least for my, yeah, I might have to take something math related next year for my beauty classes, but that's the last class that has math in the name. So I'm pretty excited about that, because math is just one of those subjects that it's just I have been done with you for so long now. So that's basically my third quarter. I don't really have too much to say about it. I mean, it was a little bit difficult at the end, so now I'll kind of talk about my whole first year in general. So overall, my first year of college, I would say, was good. I wouldn't say it was amazing. I wouldn't say it was bad. I'm very glad that I did it, because I talked about this a lot in my first quarter reflection video. I wanted to drop out, and I thought a few weeks into school, I was 95% sure that I was going to drop out. I came home after I think 4 or 5 weeks of school, and I told my parents I am going to give it till the end of this quarter, but I think I'm going to drop out. It wasn't that I didn't like school or my classes, it was just that I, at that point, was really getting used to being in a new place, and I didn't think I was gonna have enough time to dedicate to school and keeping up with YouTube and just the things that were going on in my life at that time. I guess I was just really busy then, so I just didn't want to be in school at the time, and I thought, you know, I can always go back. But then I had this change of heart, and I decided to stick with it, and I'm so glad that I did. And after that, I never had one more thought that was I want to drop out. I never had that thought again. So I'm so glad that I stuck with it, and I feel that's kind of a normal-ish thing. I feel that wasn't that weird. Being in a completely new place, starting just a whole new life is super hard, and I feel a lot of people kind of feel like that when they first go to college. The first you know, month or 2 months or even the first whole semester might be difficult for you, and you might not like it at first, and it might just be hard for you to adjust, but definitely just give yourself time and give yourself that time to adjust and time to make new friends and experience new things before you make up your mind about being like, I don't want to do this anymore. I would say definitely give it like a few months, and if you know it's completely not for you, then it's completely not for you. But I thought it wasn't for me, and then I completely changed my mind about that, so that's my advice for you. So those are my thoughts on like the academic parts of it and everything. And then as for kind of like the other aspects, because the school and academic aspect is only like part of your whole like college life and college experience, and I would say what made me the most happy and made me want to stay the most was what I was doing outside of school, which was, you know, like hanging out with my friends and just experiencing a new place, living in LA, and that all was so much fun to me. I met an amazing group of friends, and although I didn't make like a ton of friends, I'm completely fine with that because I met a close group of friends that I love, and that was good enough for me, and that all were such different personalities, and we got along so well together, and I didn't feel like I needed like a whole huge group of friends, because at my school there's not like sororities, there's not all that stuff that there is at most typical colleges, so it is a little bit harder to meet people, because even in class, like, we really don't have much time to like socialize, with the exception of, I guess, like right before and right after class. Like, we would always be pretty much doing stuff, but I mean, you could still meet people like in group projects and things like that, but it is a little bit more difficult to meet people. But I was totally fine with that. I had so much fun with my friends, and that was like the best part for me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my first year of college at FIDM experience. So now I have 1 year left, and it is my second year, and I have said this in my other videos like this, but this whole first year for my particular major was general ed classes, so no directly beauty related classes, which was kind of but at the same time, like, I'm so excited now because I don't have to take any more general ed classes, and I get to take all classes in my major with the group of people that are in my major studying exactly the same thing as me, which is beauty industry, merchandising, and marketing. And yeah, I'm so excited. So I start my beauty classes in July, and if I don't like take time off or anything, I will hopefully finish at the end of March, like I just finished now, but the end of March next year. So that's super exciting to think that like in less than a year I'm probably gonna be done with college. It's so weird, and it's not like the typical 4-year college experience, but I don't think that's for everyone. Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. If you want to hear me talk about more like student housing, moving into my apartment, my friends, if you want to hear me just talk about like my first and second quarters, because I talked about different stuff and like address different things in classes and all that jazz in those videos, I will link those in the description box below. I also did a Q&A video about college and like my first year and FIDM and things like that, so I answer a lot of you guys' questions. So if you think you have one that might be in that video, because I answered a ton of stuff, I'll link that video in the description box as well, so there will be 3 other college related videos there. So yeah, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that my first year is over. Honestly, it flew by. That's one thing I have to say to you guys. It's going to fly by even faster than you think it's going to. But yeah, it's insane. But I'm so happy that I did it. I'm really, really happy that I decided to stick with it, and I cannot wait to start my beauty classes this summer. Honestly, I'm so pumped, and I hope you guys like this. Give this video a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!